Now, school is back in session. Let's get you on the get right with the Facebook gaming algorithm, shall we? We left off. We created your Facebook gaming page. We set your OBS up, and I told y'all, don't invite anybody yet. And y'all were probably like, wait, why? Okay, first things first. We have a few things that we need to run down. And we have a few things that we need to set up before we hit that go live button. Now you might be asking me, Mickey, I've already set up OBS. I have it exactly how I want it. What do you want me to do now? I want you to look at your stream in a way that is not within your eyes. Now you might be like, what? I want you to look at your stream and not do it with self-love or whatever you want to call it. Look at it as it's like the person who hates you. What is every single thing they would rip apart? Now you might be like, this is really rough, but this is what's going to get you on the right foot. What we want is we want you looking semi-professional. We want you to hit level up within your first 2 weeks of streaming. We don't want you to wait 6 months. We don't want it to be a month. We want you to hit it within your first 2 weeks of creating your page. And how do we do that, ladies and gents? We come out looking semi-professional. Say it with me. Semi-professional. Now, we can do this on a budget. Now you might be saying, Mickey, I don't think so. You've got like a $2,000 camera. You've got like a whole Brio 4K. It's like $200. I don't think that my stuff's going to look like yours. And that's okay. But there are a few minor adjustments that you could make that could make the world of difference. First things first, lighting. Lighting can set the entire mood for your stream, and it can be a positive mood or it can be a negative one. Let's switch this back. So, a completely different mood. I'm well lit. You can see me. It kind of actually changes my background a little bit, but you get the idea. And you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on your lighting. If you don't believe me, 1 second. I'll be right back. This is a can light that I use. This cost me $10. I have 2 of them, so they cost me $20. And I am still using these. Why? Because they work. All right, enough with the snapping. I don't want to make this an editing nightmare, but you get it, okay? You get it. The lights, they help light me. I look good while I'm on this Sony camera in comparison to when I'm here on my gaming cam. I'm really nice and well lit. It looks really put together. It's a very nice experience overall. And that's what we want. We want our viewers to have a nice experience. We don't want them to struggle to see us. Unless you do want them to struggle to see you. But then at that point, streaming, it's not beneficial for it, whatnot. Anyways, what we're trying to say here is we want people to see you. We want them to feel a little bit of a connection with you, that they feel like they can chat with you, that they can talk with you, that they can hang out with you in your streams. And what better way to do that than for them to see you with your little $20 lights. Now, if you're just starting out, again, you might not have everything, and that's okay. When I first started out, I didn't have this mic. I used my headset. I used the microphone from my headset. I had it as my input source in my game, as well as on my PC. My output source was my headset, and what I would use is push to talk. Now, if you are a controller player on the game, you might be saying, Mickey, I can't use push to talk because I can't use keybinds. My friend, I will recommend this nice little thing to you. Hiya, it's post stream now editing Mickey here, and I realized that I never recorded a clip of what you guys needed. So here it is. You need a foot pedal. This is what's going to make your life so much easier because you can program this as a key, press it, and it doesn't count as like a keyboard thing for your game. You know, the streamers that are able to use this foot pedal, it's push to talk. I love it. I love a good push to talk. All right, so you need to get some light. That's a no-brainer. If you're using controller and you want to be a little bit more professional in your games, probably snag yourself a foot pedal. Not necessarily needed, but I would recommend it as they are pretty inexpensive. And again, it's going to put you up there in regards to who you can game with. I have so many people who stream and use Discord, and while Discord is a great feature to have, there are people like me who use game chat a lot more frequently than Discord, and the most annoying thing that I have to do is mute people in my party because they do not know what push to talk is. And those that do know what push to talk is are super impressed when other people know what push to talk is. So put yourself in the cool kids club, know what push to talk is, use it, you love it, I promise. Tips, pro tips, I'm telling you. I think you're just about ready to start streaming once you have all of these things set up, working properly, so on and so forth. You get it. But we're ready to start moving forward and to start getting that forward momentum, that forward movement. I said this in the last video, and some of you probably stepped away asking yourself, I don't understand what she means by forward movement. What I mean by forward movement is the Facebook algorithm. The Facebook algorithm is a beast within itself. And there are many layers to the Facebook algorithm, which I will explain to you the further we get down in this series. It's, again, very complex. It will literally take me hours upon hours upon hours to explain the Facebook algorithm in full, which is why we are going to break this down into tiny bite-sized pieces for my sanity and for yours. So, how can we get Facebook algorithm to touch you? The first thing that we need to do before we start streaming, after we have everything set up, is we need to start inviting our friends and family. Now, you might be a little embarrassed to do this, but I'm telling you, this is going to help you out. Invite only your closest friends, your closest family members, if that's it. Or you can do as I did and just invite everyone on your friends list. I did that because I'm shameless. I don't care. The people who support me will support me. The people who don't will decline it. And that's really no big deal to me. But what we are trying to do is we are trying to get your first 100 followers within this invite before you go live. Yes, before you go live. And what this is going to tell the Facebook algorithm is, wow, there is no content on this page as of yet. And she has sent a bunch of invites, and X amount of people or Y amount of people have followed his or her page. In my in my instance, I believe I had 200 followers starting out. I honestly don't remember. I don't remember. I'm not going to lie to you, but it was over the threshold that I needed for my first stream. So now let's kind of backpedal a little bit. Okay, I say backpedal because what most people do when I say invite people to like your page or follow your page is they will take the link of their gaming page, post it in a little post on their personal page and say, please follow this. Please don't do this because it's not going to get the results you want. What you want to do is you want to go, this is our little gaming page that we made earlier in the first video. You want to be able to, when you're on your page, there's this little section here that says invite friends to like your page. It's on everybody's page. It was on my page. You're going to click see all friends. Now I only have 3 friends on this account. Don't mind it. It's, again, a throwaway account. So you would just select your friends that you want to invite and send an invite. And you can also send each invite in Messenger, but honestly, I sent all the invites. It goes to their notifications. People either accept it or they decline it. And guess what? If they decline it, it's not a big deal. Because what's going to happen is if they accept it and then they don't do anything, they're just going to be a dead follower. And while that might help you in the beginning to get to level up faster, it's not going to benefit you in the long run. A lot of the people that I invited, unfortunately, are dead followers. They very rarely come in and visit, but there are a few gems that I did invite in the very beginning that have supported me throughout my whole journey on Facebook gaming. And it really just goes to show you who the real ones are and who the real ones aren't. So keep in mind, anyone who doesn't support you now, they will try to support you later on down the road. I say this because since my recording of the first video, I officially gained my Facebook partnership status, and almost everyone who declined it in the beginning has now followed me since the decline. So, if they decline it, just know that later on down the road, you'll be laughing at them, and they will not be laughing at you. Okay. Glad we're on the same page now. So, after you invite everybody, give it like 2-3 days max. Okay, for everybody to kind of come and invite and like your page. It honestly took me about, I would say, 3 days to finally get through all of my friends list because Facebook limits the amount of invites that you can send. So once you hit those numbers, just wait until the next day, invite another batch, so on and so forth. Now you can keep going through and inviting all of your friends, but I would say once you hit your first 100, that's really all you're trying to get right now. So after that, you're in the clear to go live. After your first 100, you are clear to go live. Now, what I'm going to recommend to you now that I would not recommend to you later on, and I'll explain this later on, is to share your stream. Now, what we want to do, where we want to share this, are in smaller groups, something with less than 1,000 people, somewhere that would be ideal would be around 300 to 500 people that are in the same category as you. Maybe it's a new, for me, a female streamer or female streaming COD, or female streaming first-person shooter. You can look through all of these groups on Facebook and find something that's less than 1,000 people. No, the bigger the group is, that doesn't mean the more eyeballs you will get. I'm telling you, you want something that's a smaller group that is more curated to you. You don't want something that's vague, general, basic, such as streamers or Facebook streamers or female Facebook streamers. You want something that's really honed in on what you're going to be doing, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to target the people who are interested in, well, you. And if you're a female who's streaming COD, and you're in a streaming group that's mostly streaming Valorant or, say, Diablo, or another game, World of Warcraft, Sims. That's not really your target audience. You want people who are interested in COD, not people who are interested in Valorant, World of Warcraft, Sims, Diablo. So we're trying to hone in on those people. We're trying to get to those people in as few of numbers as possible, because the fewer people that are posting in that group, the more likely they are to see you. And that's what we want. I will very briefly explain to you, because there are going to be people who do not listen to me when I say you want it around 1,000 or less, and even slightly above that, like 5,000. 5,000 is really pushing it, but you want a small group. You don't want something that has 200 posts a day. Facebook will give you that information on how many posts on average there are. You want something with a small amount of posts. There are going to be people who don't listen to me and try to share their streams on groups that have 30, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 people in them, thinking that the more people that can see this in this group, the more eyes that'll be on me. And I'm going to tell you now, in as few words that I can use without exploding your brain, shares can actually hurt you. Yeah, shares can actually hurt you. And I'm telling you to please not make this mistake, because you won't understand it if I explain it now. But I will explain to you the further that we get into the algorithm, and the more you understand the surface levels, how you will understand the underneath levels and then the levels under that. When I say Facebook is a beast, it's a beast all within itself. But I believe that I have cracked the Facebook algorithm and how to have healthy and decent streams almost every single time and going positive within your numbers. So please, please do yourself a favor. Share it to small groups when you're first starting out. I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it. You're still going to grow. You just got to be patient. Okay? Okay, so you have everything set up. You've gone live, which I will, for those who are unsure of how to go live, I will show you how to go live at the very end of this video. But I want to go through all these little tips first. You're live, you're a little nervous, it's your first stream. I have a few tips on how to kind of bring out the portions of your best self. Because trust me, I get it. I get it. I get the nerves. I get being nervous. You're trying something new. You don't know really what you're doing. You're just kind of putting feelers out there. Let me tell you, no stream can be worse than my first stream. Nothing. And if you don't believe me, please go watch it. You can go and look up on my page, September 19th, 2020. That's my first ever stream. And gosh, was it a nightmare. So, if you don't believe me, imagine this big wooden ship, a huge wooden ship, and it slowly starts a fire, right? But then the fire just engulfs the whole ship. And all I had was a little itty bitty teacup full of water to extinguish my flames. True story. It didn't work out very well. My first stream was a nightmare. It was a total nightmare, to say the least. But I have some tips for you on how to bring out your best self, even if you're having technical difficulties, if that night is just not your night, and if you by chance have a stream that's worse than my first stream, I still got you. Okay, here we go. So the first things first is I want you to reach out with the people that you enjoy playing with most. Yeah, I know, crazy concept, but I want you to reach out to them. See if you can plan your first stream around when it's convenient for most of them, if not all of them, to be on. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get you comfortable. We're trying to get you eased in to the situation. And what better way to do that than to have your friends? They don't have to be streamers. It doesn't have to be a co-stream. It doesn't have to be this super professional thing. And the very first stream, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you comfortable. So get your friends. Let them know that, I'm a little bit nervous, like, again, before you start streaming. And I mean, even in the beginning of your stream, just say, hey guys, like, this is my first stream. Like, I'm really nervous, but I'm super excited to be here today, and I hope you enjoy it too. Even if you don't have anyone watching now, I bet your dollar if you shared your stream to the appropriate groups, you're going to have streams that are watched on the replay. I promise you it will happen. It even happened to me first starting out. Okay, so just put it out there. Just say, hey, I'm nervous. And let your friends know so that they know too. You're not being quiet because you're like mad or whatever. They need to bring you out of your shell. They need to, make you laugh, make you have fun, do some goofy things that you guys enjoy on the game. Whatever the case may be, get your friends involved because they love you. They want to be by your side. They want to stand you. They want to have your back. They want to say, yo, I'm an OG. I was there since the very first stream. I know that the people that I had in my very first stream that are still around, they love throwing it up in everybody's face that I was in her first ever stream and it was a hot mess. Okay, so after you're comfortable, we want you to get into the habit of being a streamer. And I would say the best streamers are very interactive with their chat. Now, there are some streamers that aren't very interactive, but they're like just God tier level at whatever game that they're playing, and they're the exception. But when you're first starting out, what you really want to do is you want to engage as much as you can. So what we need you to get into the habit of is once you start streaming, you need to get into the habit of playing your game, whatever you're doing, and just glancing over, looking to see if you have any notifications, any new comments, likes, shares, follows, and you want to thank everybody for these things. I mean, except comments. So if somebody likes, hey, so-and-so, thank you so much for liking the stream. I appreciate it. How's your day today? Start a conversation. Try to get people talking. Or say, oh, hey, thank you so much for liking the stream. What brought you in here today? How'd you find me, if you don't mind my asking? When you're new, you can kind of throw those feelers out. And if you stutter along the way, just let them know, I'm so sorry. It's my first stream. Like, please forgive me. I am a little nervous. But if you don't mind my asking, how did you find me today? It could be something that like you stumble over the whole time, but just know that you're going to get used to it. Okay. Like, you're going to get used to talking to people, and you're going to come up, if you're not a conversationalist, you're going to come up with different ways on how to have conversations with a multitude of different people at different parts of the conversation, keeping up with multiple different conversations. You're going to learn this, and you're going to do well at it. Even if you don't do well at it in the very beginning, that's fine. So you always want to have a conversation with somebody, whether it's your chat or your teammates. You always want to, start some sort of dialogue. They might type in chat. They might just say a simple hi. And you can just be like, oh, hey, so-and-so. It's nice to see you here. Thanks for stopping in. My name is Mickey. One fun fact about me that I don't use anymore because it's not relevant, but a fun fact I used to do is I actually live in Washington, D.C., and what people don't know is this place is dirty, and it's for all the wrong reasons. And it would make people laugh. And so I would then say, tell me one fun fact about where you live. Make me feel a little less shitty about where I live and let me live vicariously through you, or something along those lines. And people threw out a bunch of fun facts at me that, there were more sheep than people, and that they actually live somewhere worse than Washington, D.C., and XYZ. You can go down the list. Honestly, more sheep than people. I remember that because it's Australia, but you get my drift. You just want to start a conversation, make somebody laugh, make somebody feel something positive for stopping in your stream. Now, like I said, you might not be a conversationalist. You might freeze, you know what I mean, when you first start. And for that, I would recommend that you just get a little note card, get some nice little dialogue starters in there. It could be something like, oh, hey, how'd you find me today, if you don't mind my asking? Or what did you do today? Or it could be something off the wall, like, I have this really funny joke. Do you want to hear it? Somebody just told me this really funny joke. Can I tell it to you? And let people kind of hop in and say, oh yeah, I'd be down to hear a joke. Let me hear it. Or, oh, my day was good. I actually found you because my friend shared your stream on their timeline and I just wanted to come and check you out. And then that way you can open up the dialogue. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming to check me out. I really appreciate that. Do you enjoy watching streams? Or even I just stuttered right there. Hell, it happens. So you could say, do you enjoy watching streams? If you enjoy watching streams, do you like watching them on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch? Better. See? People make mistakes. And you want to know what? I'm not even going to edit that out, because if I would have done that in chat, that's exactly what I would have done. Is just started over. I'm human. Sorry for messing up my question. My brain was going too fast and my tongue was going too slow. And yeah, prime example right there. If you mess up, make a little joke out of it. Make somebody like kind of giggle with you. I just said my brain was going too fast and my tongue was going too slow. Like, everybody would kind of get that statement, because everybody has experienced that one moment where they had all of these thoughts in their head and their tongue just couldn't spit it out fast enough. And it takes them back to a moment where they tripped over themselves, and they kind of put themselves in your position, but you kind of give them permission to laugh it off as well. So yeah, don't worry about mistakes. You gonna make them. You human. Congratulations. You ain't perfect. So yeah, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Except sharing your stream to 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 people. That's a mistake that, you should be afraid to make. Okay? I said, I ain't taking it back. All right, class. You know what time it is. I've given you some pointers. Gosh, I'm going to be messing up all my words now. I gave you some pointers on how to start out, how to bring out the best of you through the people who care about you the most, how to start off on your best foot by inviting people to your page to try to get those algorithm juices going. I told you where you can share your stream to kind of target the people you want to target. And I reminded you that, you're human, you're not perfect. So with that, without further ado, I'm going to show you how to go live on Facebook Gaming. Okay. You ready for it? I believe in you. We got this together. Let's go to the big screen. Okay, so you're on your page, right? I would recommend, on your page, Creator Studio. Bookmark this. Bookmark it right here. Hit that little star. Bookmark it. Create a whole folder for streaming and put it in there. Why? Because it's just going to make your life so much easier. I'm telling you, you're not going to have to go through 5 million steps to go live when you're running late. You're just going to have to click, 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 and you're done. Great. Cool. All right. So creative tools. We'll come over here. Now, this page is locked right now because they want me to verify my ID, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to set this page up. Anyways, you see Level Up Creator. So 14 days, which is why I said we should sit on this for a couple of weeks because it eats up some of this 14 days that you need. We need to have at least 100 page followers and then stream from an eligible country. I did this, but again, I have to verify this in order to check this off. So yes, once you have met some of these, it will check them off for you, right? So once I verified like my identity, these three things would be checked off, right? I would meet the community standards, partner monetization policies, I'd be in an eligible country, whatever. And then we need to stream for at least 4 hours in 14 days and have content on 2 days in the last 14 days, as well as 100 page followers. Remember when I was telling you we want 100 followers? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you into level up. So great. Once, I will say, side note, because people have asked me this, once you hit all of these, you'll be able to apply. And once you apply, it's pretty much immediate. They approve you for level up. I didn't have to wait. It wasn't like overnight for me. It was like I submitted it and like I was approved within moments. So that's how that works. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Cool, because we're human, right? All right, so we're going to go to set up live stream. I was looking at my gaming cam because I'm so used to looking at that camera when I'm looking at this screen. But we over here. Okay, cool. Glad we reconnected. Anyways, so we're going to set up live stream. Oh, okay, great. Those same steps, same exact steps, but where it told me I didn't have permission, this will actually pop up. Okay, now this is your stream key. I do not have a persistent stream key, so I will change this after this, but I will let you see this for the purpose of this video. But this is a key that you don't really want anyone to see, because if they do, they pretty much have access to stream whatever they want through your page. If you have this as a persistent stream key, which you can use right here, use persistent stream key, you know, it'll just be the same key. I personally just like to copy my key every single day, and we'll bring OBS over here and we'll hit file, settings, stream, and we pasted our stream key. I hit Control A, Control V, we hit apply, and we hit OK. Now, I like to start my replay buffer because, again, that's what's going to give us our clips. And then you can hit Start Streaming. Now, I like to go live with the Facebook Streamer dashboard settings. That's just me. I like to be able to customize it on Facebook and have the option to go live when I'm ready to go live, if that makes sense. If you do it here, you put everything in and then you go live and then it's just done. You're going live right then and there. But I like to go live. Now, you'll see the little preview right here. You also see it right here, right? So then you can type in your title and your description. Always tag your game, the game that you're actually going to be playing, and whatever game you're actively playing. So if you play Warzone for a little bit and you decide you want to play Outriders, you need to switch that game as well so you can maintain yourself within partner monetization policies. Okay? Okay. So you tag your game, you choose your image, cool. You upload your little image there. God, that's awful. Great. Glad I didn't do that. And then you would hit this button here that says go live. After all of this is set up, the more that you fill this out, the better it is. Now, we have one more thing to tell you. Do not put like, comment, or share anywhere in your description, anywhere in your poll, or anywhere in your pinned comment that you type. I mean it. Don't do it. It's just going to hurt your algorithm. Again, I'll explain this down the road, but just don't do it. Okay? We know. You're just starting out. But we're also going to tell you what not to do so you don't hurt yourself. Those are keywords. Likes, comments, shares. Those are keywords that Facebook will scan through your description to see if you're asking or your engagement baiting. Okay? If it just sees those words in there, it'll say, okay, turn down the algo juice. It's engagement baiting. We don't want that. We want your algo juices turned up. I'm all the way up. That's what we want, okay? So, no likes, comments, shares anywhere in your descriptions, titles, or pinned comments, or polls. Okay, got it? Great. Love you guys. Okay. I've told you guys how to go live now. I trust you. I know that you will do great. 9 times out of 10, you're in my community. And if you're going to have your first stream, let me know in the Discord so I can watch you and I can cheer you on and I can tell you how awesome you are. Okay? I hope you guys have a great night, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hope you spread your lightness and brightness and positivity wherever you may go. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.